Hey, everybody, how's it going? Man, it's cold here. It's like -Celsius, all y'all outside of the United States. Man, what is it in Fahrenheit? Oh, it's 20. Actually, it's up a little bit. Earlier today, I was just like, man, absolutely freezing here in New York City after a bunch of snow that we had some days ago. New York City gets kind of hectic when you have to climb over mountains of ice and snow and wade through slush. Not fun. Who was first today? Stereo Decor. Yes, we are Techno Electro and Electro people, aren't we? Techno today, just so you know, Thomas Steele from Bangkok. Welcome back. All right. Physics dividend. How am I supposed to say that? From Budapest. What's up? Eatsy's here. We got Robin Inger. Hey. Hey, May. We are now rocking with the best. Yes, I like that. And Marco Freudenberg is so up and positive and ready. Every time. Heidi Snow. Yes, Heidi Ho. We got the snow. Scromantis is here. And yes, indeed. Just a few people hanging out here at the top of the hour to get started with me. Not too high pressure today. Just making a beat, seeing what happens. Maybe it'll turn into something. Just trying to stay warm. And kill some time with you guys making some techno. So, let's go. We'll bring it in. Welcome, everybody. How's it going today? It's always Techno Electro Saturdays. And I don't know. I took last week off. Thanks for your patience. Just needed, I feel like I'm just playing it by ear at this point. Like I come into it thinking I'm going to do this every week and I'm going to be gung ho and I'm going to bring in guests and sometimes life happens and I'm just like, all right, let's just not make this high pressure. We'll do it when we feel like it. But yeah, here in the studio at 343 Labs in New York City, the content studio, we got a nicer, bigger studio downstairs. The students are using it. They come in here and they take the program. They learn how to use a studio, right? As a music producer, not as an audio engineer. We're not a full engineering program here, but yeah, they're trying to get to know how to make music with computers and record things and use synthesizers. And hey, that's what we do. And our one-year program students have access to book our nice studio downstairs in our bigger space. I keep saying one of these days I'm going to do a stream from in there so y'all can see it. Maybe we should set that up. I want to do it when I have like guests. There's room in there. We could have multiple cameras. We could like up our game on the video production front. But dreams, ideas, maybe we'll make them happen. So yeah, as ever, if you want to know more about what we do at 343 Labs, check out our courses, our one-year program here and in Berlin and online. We've been doing, I mentioned this some weeks back, we've been occasionally doing online open houses now where you guys can kind of come in and hang out and see how an online class would go with us and get to know some of our instructors. I don't know if we have any of those scheduled anytime soon, but it's probably going to happen. I'll let you know if you want to come hang out. And yeah, so that's that. Due diligence done. Where was I? Right. So we're making beats today, making techno today. I had this idea in my head to do something with chord stabs and either, I wasn't sure, am I going to like use synthesizers and play the chords or am I going to chop up samples? And I ended up leaning towards just finding one-shot samples, right? So, and I wasn't necessarily thinking it's going to be kind of hard groove, but maybe like I'm thinking some chord stabs and some drum loops and kind of, a little old school, new school, listening to some Mark Broom kind of stuff, maybe. So that's the vibe today. We'll see where it goes. Sometimes I start with like kind of an initial idea and then it goes off the rails somewhere else. You know how it is. And that's fine. We follow our vibe wherever it leads us in the moment sometimes. And then other times we have like a specific idea and we have to stick to it. Like when I work with Christian, he's very decisive. Like, we're doing this. No, that's the wrong hi-hat. And I'm like, hey, let's try a different hi-hat. Marco Freudenberg loves chord stabs. Yes, agreed. I do too. I was even thinking about doing like I've done like dubby kind of techno stuff before, and it's nothing new. There's like tons of YouTube videos on dub techno. I go through them sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay. It starts to sound generic sometimes. I'm not dissing anybody. There's some good producers out there sharing their skills, and they have good ideas. But also, it's really, if you just do the same minor triad all the time with the echo, and you're like, what's new? So props to anyone doing dub techno that's trying to make it sound different, or the groove is just so good that it doesn't matter. That's hard to do too. But yeah, maybe I'll do that another time. Like, we'll do some deeper stuff, some dubby stuff, some bassy stuff. That would be fun. Oh, look, it's a question about 343 Labs. I love it. That doesn't happen that much. What do you guys do at summer camp at 343? So, yeah, we have kids come in. We have, during the school year, we have an after-school youth academy where, kids, I think we've had kids as young as like 10 years old, but it's usually like middle school age, like very young teenagers that are interested in making beats usually. A lot of them are into hip-hop, trap, and things like that, or pop music, just what they hear. So yeah, we have our weekly kind of after school thing, but in the summer we have 2 like alternating weeks of middle school students or high school students doing camp with us and just doing like a crash course in music production and DJing. Actually, we combine it together, so they get a little bit of everything. And yeah, we had a lot of last summer was busy. We had a lot of kids coming in during the day, for hours at a time. And it's fun, right? It kind of livens up the place to have kids. So yeah, that's what we do for summer camp. And we have an adult summer program too. It's like a mini version of our 1-year program where you come in for a few weeks and you do all the things. Yeah, you get different instructors, you get mentorship, you do music production, composition, arranging, mixing, etc. A little live performance. I mean, it's condensed. It's like it moves a lot faster and it's not as deep in that way. That as it would be when you spend a whole year with us. But yeah, it's fun, and people are coming in here and just like learning to be better musicians and music producers and artists. That's what we like to do. So that's what it's about. So that's what our summer camp is like. Marco Freudenberg is talking about how chord stabs are a challenge. What do you mean? Like harmony? Like what chord do I play? Or is it like the sounds, or like, I mean, today I'm making it really easy on myself. I'm just going to go through and find samples and chop them up, and really simple sound design or barely sound design, right? Just playing it the right way. And maybe I'll get into a synth. I don't know. I'm thinking more percussion. Like I want to do samples and stabs and percussion, probably. So cool. Oh, Marco's saying the design of the, yeah, I think, yeah, it just kind of depends on what style of stabs you're trying to do. Like, do you want them to be kind of clanky, noisy techno stabs, or do you want it to be kind of smooth, clean chords? Like, it depends on your kind of genre. I mean, you could start with something clean and then put effects on it, distort it. I don't know. Like, we can play around with that a little bit. So, cool. What else are you talking about? Mnemonic from Skopje, Macedonia. I've been there. I've been to Skopje. Christian and I played. Did we do this? Where did we do this? Anyway, yeah, I've been to Eastern Europe a few times in the past, and I definitely feel like I definitely remember going to Skopje. Cool. So nice to have you here, and welcome, Silver Cloud. Good to have you here as well. And thanks for your question about the summer camp. That was nice. All right. Mnemonic. Oh, yeah, Duh. Of course. Okay, I'm just killing time now. Maybe we should just start making some noise and not get too bogged down in me just chatting at you for too long. Let's get some music going and see what happens. I started out just by picking I've got a couple things here to start with, so we're not starting totally from scratch. But the first thing I did was pick kick drums, and I picked 2 kick drums, and I couldn't decide between them. And then I ended up using both of them. And it's funny because a lot of times I find that like layering kick drums can be problematic. And I tell my students that are having trouble with their kicks, and they're like trying to add too many kicks on top of each other, and it's just making it phasey and weird and not, it's like, right? It's problematic. It's hard to mix. So I tell them, don't do that. Just pick one good kick drum. Like go through some kick samples and then just pick one and stick to that. And don't worry about making it like too overcomplicated, right? Or, you know, if you're trying to like be more custom, like, you know, start with an unprocessed 909 or something, and then saturation, compression, EQ, whatever, like, you know, shape it into what you want. But layering, not that you don't use layering for sound design for kicks, but if you just throw any old samples on top of each other, sometimes it's weird. But today I did it by accident, and I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I'm going to keep it. You know, just starting with this. Decent, kind of compressed, very compressed. Look at that. It's very flat. And that would have been plenty. And then I picked this one, which is more, it's like filtered, saturated kind of 909 sound. I'm like, that sounds good too. And then I accidentally played them together. And I'm like, oh, listen to that. Because they're not phase canceling each other and taking the sub away, which is the big problem when you layer kicks, right? But they're detuned just slightly, and it's going whoa, 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 whoa. It's like doing my rumble for me. I'm like, I'm keeping that. I like it. So whatever. That's the starting point. Is just like I'm gonna crank the. Tell me something if you can. I'm gonna crank the volume in here a little bit. Tell me if it sounds like it's doubling. If you're hearing the kick too much through the mic. If so, I'll turn it down again. I want to get it loud so I can feel it. Oh wow, man! Mnemonic's talking about parties with Victor Mizo, Richie Houghton, 2001, 2002. Yes, I remember. Right, as we just bang, bang, bang with the kick drum, Marco's asking, do I still DJ? I have not DJed since before COVID pandemic lockdown. I think, you know, one of my last gigs was here in New York the year before that, and I played at a small party. I played at Suicide Circus in Berlin with some friends. And then, you know, before that, one of my last gigs in Europe was at Berghain, actually, a couple years before that. But I haven't really wanted to dive back in. I've been happy just to like hang out here in New York and be at 343 Labs and make music when I feel like it and help run the school here and spend time with my family. Like I haven't really wanted to go out there and DJ again. However, I have to say, I have a lot of vinyl. I have like, I don't know, rough estimate around 8,000 records in boxes in my basement. And my intention is to open up those boxes and go through them. And I started organizing them on Discogs. My collection, it is partially on Discogs, but I want to like go through and organize it better and maybe sell some of them, figure out which ones I want to keep. We're actually talking about doing vinyl DJ course or lessons here at 343 Labs. Everything's, you know, Pioneer Digital now, but maybe if we get some turntables in here, maybe I can get rid of some of my old records I don't want anymore. We'll just make like a library here. But yes, that might be the way I come back into DJing, is just going through my old records. Anyway, Stereo Decor says the sound is good, no doubling, so I can pump it a little bit. All right, and so then I started going through some like, well, what did I do? I just typed stab, you know, and this is one of those days where I'm like not trying way too hard to like do one particular thing. I'm just going to follow my feeling. And let's make sure you guys can hear the Do you guys hear the random sample selection that I'm going through right now? Just make sure. Right? So you know, maybe just whatever, just stuff like that. Just like whether it's acoustic, orchestral, or brass stabs, or like synth stabs, or like weird noises. That's what I'm going for here. Anything that's got harmonic texture or chords or something, right? Maybe not that one, but yeah. And I don't care where this sample comes from, if it's like a live preset, like a library preset, or something from an old sample library. I'm just going to follow my ears. So I picked this thing, which to me sounds very, this is actually a pad. And this sounds very like kind of old school ravey. Right? And, you know, it's maybe, right? Like I like how sharp that is. It's a little distorted, but it's also kind of resonant. It's almost like, I don't know. So I'm on the fence about this one. And just moving the start point around, because this is kind of, this pad is like changing and flowing, I'm getting different harmonies. Any one of those might work, just depending on what else we do. So I have that to play with. I also found this sample, which I already started doing a pattern with. Where did it go? No, that's not right. Oh, I want those shakers. I was thinking about getting some shakers. Let me just grab those while they're there. So, yeah, anyway, I had this. Again, I started, like, somehow got like early rave stabs in my head. So we'll see where we go with that. But right. But I think between like how we play it and filtering and effects and stuff, we can make it sound a little more modern and something, right? And the other sound that I've found so far is actually another pad, which has some little melody and blips in it. This sounds like it was stolen from an old record or something like that, right? But it has a lot of sub in it. Right? So that ended up being this. And I thought, yeah, because I used to do this with Christian. We'd like sample these big fat sounds and then filter them down, and those would be kind of the underlying groove along with the drums. And maybe, you know, like Vanguard's like that. It's like filtered chord stab, you know, and when it's filtered down, it kind of sounds like this. And I like that it has that little note in there. And I have more syncopated version, maybe. It depends. I'm trying to decide how swingy and quirky I want the beat to be. How does it sound with the shakers that I just dragged in there? Fast. That's the other thing. I'm going like 142, pushing it a little bit. Actually, I think it's better without the extra 16th note. Like, depending on how I process this, like this could also be the sub along with the whatever's on top of it. What happens if I like make this thing dirty? I'm also just keeping it real simple on effects and like being fast and using Ableton Live devices. Kind of breaking up the like and making more rumbly, kind of dirty underneath there. Already a track. Yeah, that's right, Mnemonic. Very old school. I'm old school. It's okay. I got, you know. I also have an envelope on there. That sounds like a bass plug. That's right. This could be the whole track. Little bit Rob Hood kind of thing to do that, like the pace does that. All right, so I'm down with that. And I kind of like it better rumbly, and with you know, when I build it up, it's okay, but it's also kind of straight, maybe a little too straight sounding. I don't know, it needs some more movement or thickness or something. Who's talking about stealing samples from the Aphex Twin? What Aphex Twin sample did I accidentally take? Really? Totally inadvertent if that's the case. I have no idea. Who cares though? Like this doesn't sound like Aphex Twin at all, whatever I'm doing. Oh, Amy's talking about subs in the sides. You know what? So let's see what this sounds like in mono. You're right. Does it collapse? Look at the phase correlation. It's not negative. We could... Still sounds okay to me. Okay, the correlation's better, right? When it's in mono. So I'm like less and less worried about left-right issues with bass. I think like, especially if you're trying to make it crazy and intense, and I don't mind phasiness sometimes. I'm just like, how careful do we need to be? Like, I'm not making like crazy bass music with like super precision, like everything. And you know, sometimes I want it to be a little out of control and not quite right by the rules, you know? But yeah, but if I'm really worried about that, then we do this, right? Fine. I like how it sounds. I'm just going to go with how I like how it sounds. And I probably need to duck this a little bit with the kick, but I'm not going to worry about too much of that right now. So that's the kind of the underlying thing. And then I have these going on top of it. Let me get rid of that. All right, so I like the idea of this. Again, it's kind of going in it's a little bit Rob Hood, Mark Broom vibe here today, right? And, you know, another really just stupid, simple trick. I mean, I remember I played that note before, and it sounds very old school ravey, but then now I'm playing playing fourths or fifths. It's stacking up into a bigger chord, and it's sounding a little bit more kind of, I don't know, Detroit-y that way. I like it better. There we go. And then I've got velocity controlling the filter, so... Even just doing that would be great. Just the same note, like velocity, whatever, right? Actually, I want to make it so I want to make sure the velocity is not controlling the volume so it doesn't get too quiet. All right, that needs to be controlled because it's so resonant and it's clipping into something. Maybe we compress it. Yeah, let's do that right away. Compress everything. That's what we got to do, right? Hey, already it's better. They're flamming a little bit because they're slightly swung. Do you hear it? Let me see the MIDI of those together. Yeah. Right, so the higher chord stab is hitting earlier. What happens if I move that? But I kind of like that, because you can't, when it's here, you can't hear it. It's masked, but here. That makes it more funky to me. We're making funky techno today, right? Sort of. What would happen if I make this shorter so it's not quite as sustained all the time? And maybe it'll be a little more bouncy. Yeah, why not? You can do that too. It's getting deeper now, though. I'm gonna have to like balance out the deepness of this with the percussion because I like the vibe. All right, this is a good start. Definitely sharper, bouncier with the short release, but that's like the break, you know? I'm gonna group these kick drums together and put a high pass so I can play with that. I like the idea of just, you know, just leave the kick drum in there all the time. I wonder if I want to change these shakers a little bit. It's like I totally could just program this myself, but I like also the real live feel of the loop. I want to, what do I want to do? I want to go to the clip, gain. I want to unlink. I want to make the length just, well, we can do half a bar. What am I doing? Something like that. Actually, that I want that to be all the way over here. Just doing call and response with the chord stab. Maybe I have one that just does this. More driving that way. Oh, I like that. I like the fact that they're flamming a little bit. It's like that little bit of loose swinginess to that between those two stabs. And then there's, oh, what just happened? I like that actually. For like a break. I want to have variation between the sections so it's not so monotonous. All right, so I got some variation in the shakers. All right, I already forgot. This is good. I already forgot what this, I haven't know this other pad sound is doing. We'll see if this fits in there. I also don't want to get, like I said, using pads to make stabs works. I like the texture and the harmony and the variation I can get out of the different parts of the samples. But I don't know. Like, I feel like it's starting to get trancier with this sound. But that could work. All right, let's just try it. Just having that. Just that on the upbeat. I don't know. Is that right? Yeah. No, here. Let's play around. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. That one I'm not sure about. A-May's like, it's almost kind of housey. Yes, agreed. A lot of this kind of, you know, funky, chord stabby, hard groovy kind of techno is also housey. You know, I could totally slow this down and chill it out and make it house with it, you know. It's just kind of two sides of the same coin, right? What are y'all talking about? All right, let's take a beat here. And now that we're about halfway through. Oh, you guys are talking about the utility plugin. Yeah, good thing to mention. I love this thing. It's like an updated, like enhanced utility. I've been using this a lot lately. Right? Where you've just got, it's got more. I mean, my favorite things about it, mainly is, okay, it's got a phase correlation meter for your low, to be sure when you're, what we were talking about before with the stereo bass, that's important. But it's got an automatic mute. So like when you stop, if like, if you've got plugins that are like emulating analog or making noise or something, like when you stop, it'll mute it. That's cool. But the tilt EQ is great. Tilt EQs are really cool, especially on the master bus. But I like being able to like brighten up or darken up a sound without changing the resonance of it. Yeah, so the tilt EQ is great. It's great. Like really, I mean, really powerful. Big mastering engineers know about this stuff. Like just a simple tilt EQ is great. It's like, I like my mix, but it's just a little bit too bright. Bang. That's so good. Also, it's got a limiter, soft clipper. Okay, I'm betray my ignorance. Who knows what tan H means? Anybody? Let's talk about that. Say in the comments what tan H means. And yeah, you can Google it, right? But be honest. if you already know, what does that mean? I mean, I was playing around with it. It sounds like a saturation. It sounds like some kind of specific saturation. Sounds good, as long as you don't push it too hard, as compared to... All right, so less distortion in that. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I feel like you can push it hard and it doesn't break up as quickly in the low end. So what's that doing? Someone know? It's a form of saturation. We knew that. Okay. I'll back off on that a little bit. All right, so I'm not sold on this sound. All right, so you know what? Let's not get stuck on that. Let's just find another sound. Or maybe we'll switch gears here a little bit and go into some percussion. So anyway, what else are you guys talking about before I get back in? Itse saying this sample long notes with pitch modulation. Yeah, interesting. Marco thinks it's too happy. So we need, I mean, I'll be honest. I was feeling like, let's make something sort of positive sounding. It doesn't always have to be dark doom all the time in techno, does it? But I get it. I mean, I'm going to need to work to balance this so it doesn't like take it too far into happy land, right? We want to be cool and moody a little bit, right? But I hear you. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you meant, Itse, but this sample long notes with pitch modulation. Do you mean like LFO pitch modulation or something else? But yeah, we could try that. And Functor. Hey, Functor. Talking about applied to the audio signal, sort of soft clipping. Ame saying it's a wave shaping function. I had never heard of it. Audio signal processing is to simulate analog saturation or warmth. It maps any input signal into a fixed range of 1 to 1, unlike hard clipping. Okay, well, whatever, or minus 1 to 1. Uh-oh, it looks like OBS is having problems. I'm frozen. Do you guys still hear me? This has happened before to me recently. This little Mac Mini seems to be like having issues here in the studio sometimes. All right, and then it says talking about to the Be Right Back screen, and I will let you know what's going on. My camera's still stuck. That's annoying. Do you hear that? Let me know if you hear the sound. Let's go in here to the main and let me know if you can hear the audio coming out of live. Because, like, if the audio's working and you can see, if the audio's working and you can hear me and see the screen and the sound is okay, maybe you can just watch me being stuck there. That's really annoying, though, with the camera. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, we'll just press on through. And too bad about the camera, right? So, all right, let's get back to work. Enough lollygagging. All right, so I decided I don't like this thing. I'm just going to ditch it and not get stuck on it. This I'm good with. I'm hearing like I want big, obnoxious 909 ride. There it is. I'm not going to think too hard about that one. Yeah. So simple. But I want to do a little bit more with it. Let's tune it. Feels like a little too fast, no? No. Yeah, I'm going to be obnoxious with this ride. I'm going to distort it, and I'm going to put effects on it, put some EQ on there to control it. Just going to totally overdo this. Yeah, I want it to be a little aggressive, right? I want it to balance out the happy. So also we can just do a little bit of this, a little bit of unnecessary ducking, just to give it some groove. Wow, having technical problems always throws me off. Sorry about that, guys. We'll just keep pressing on through. So yeah, let's get this coming from the kick drum. Oop, wrong track, of course. There we go. That's what I wanted. Really aggressive. Bouncing with that kick drum. I'm just going to bring that in sometimes. We got that to play with. Let's put some effects on the shakers. I'm hearing like delays and flangers, maybe. Let's do that. Or we could use the echo and totally be ridiculous. There we go. A little phase offset. A little bit of modulation. Slow that down. Actually, let's turn sync off. A little bit less phase offset with the left and the right. And just a little bit. Just a little bit of movement. What happens if I hit the feedback on this in a break? Yep. Simple. It works. We can dub out the shakers. I'm down with that. Chorus. All right, so when in doubt, when things aren't working, play with effects. All right. Glad to know that you don't need to see me. Maybe I should just, that's funny. You guys are like, we can enjoy this the stream without the camera. I could just turn it off. There. Keep hitting record by mistake on that ride track. So now I'm kind of thinking, I've got the basic groove down. I'm happy with this. Maybe I don't need any more chord stabs or whatever. Maybe we just need to build this up. I'm kind of on the fence about, do I need like extra low end on this, or maybe I can just address that in the mix. I kind of like that it doesn't have like a bass line in it, and maybe we just kind of boost the low end that's there, or EQ the kick a little bit. We'll see, but I kind of like how it is right now. I am thinking about other percussion, like maybe some drum loops or something. I can always go in and find some more breakbeats and chop them up a little bit. I'm not terribly organized with my percussion loops and things like that, so it's going to be a little bit of a time suck to find something. But yeah, let's try. Maybe I have all these old school rave sample CDs we could look into, Static Goldmine, etc. But let's just start with like break, all CD quality famous breaks, cold cut breaks, a lot of drum and bass kind of stuff, vinyl drum vaults, classic breaks. And the whole thing I've done, I've done streams before where it was all about just chopping up funk beats and making them into techno. It sometimes takes a while. Like, that's not exactly what I was thinking of, but it's got a little part of it that I'm going to try. This is a really classic funk break, but it's got this do thing going on in there. And I'm wondering if I find, I don't know. We'll just see. It's a little too funky. I'm going to have to. That's that kind of thing in the background. Maybe if we quantize it. I like that one. That's one of the things I like about it. It's got the kind of low, kind of tom 16th note thing in the background. It's got that little whoosh. Maybe that's going to work. The cowbell kind of thing is a lot, or whatever that is, but I could try getting rid of some of it, but then I risk losing the cool reverse noise into the snare thing. No, then I'm losing energy. I'm just gonna have to live with that. How does it sound with the shakers? Actually, not bad. What if we try tuning it? No. Oh, you know what? This is a good. I like this trick for playing with acoustic drum sounds and loops and things. Is using a frequency shifter. Have you guys done that? I feel like I've done this on the stream like way back. But yeah, let's see if this works. Nope, not that one. Gonna change to frequency shifter mode. It's kind of changing it's weird because the way it works, actually, I don't even know exactly how to explain how a frequency shifter works, but you can hear how when I adjust the tuning, the high frequency noise kind of stuff doesn't shift, but the lower frequencies go higher or lower. Like it won't do much to that cowbell. I just like that idea. Maybe if I just filter it, get rid of some of that. We can also do the wide off stereo phase offset with the shifter sounds amazing, but it doesn't always collapse the mono very well. And it does some cool spinning around your head sort of effect. I realize it might be making it a little houseier now, but I kind of like it. Like my ear grabbed onto that little piece of that loop as soon as I previewed it. I remembered, oh, I like the groove of that. You could also transpose it here like you normally would. Higher, it sounds more like a little hi-hat. That might be better. All right. It also sounds kind of delicate. It's not like thick and heavy and chunky. But, you know, maybe we can find some other breaks to layer in there. We'll see. Yeah, that's the thing. I need maybe more ready-made drum loops and things. Actually, that reminds me. I have another project I was playing around with where I already found some kind of classic drum loops. I can just steal from myself. See if I can find them. There we go. Yeah, these are some like kind of breakbeat and drum and bass loops that are already kind of ready to go. Check this. And I actually made some follow actions to make variations. Let's see if any of these might be appropriate for kind of a more hard groove-ish direction on the drums. Yeah, you can see it's very breakbeats. So these are classic breakbeats. I'm just thinking like, how am I going to chop these up? Not helicopter. That's 2 drum and bass. I'm just thinking like one little quarter note of this with the tambourine might work, and then we have very very breakbeat. Let me just see what happens. Just stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's more like what we want. Quarter note loops from these breakbeats. What's this? This looks like just this is just an open hi-hat, like a 909 hi-hat. I want that. All right, I don't want the tick-kick stuff. Maybe I just want, all right, let's get rid of these follow actions and see if I can find a little piece of this. Now we're getting into like old school Ben Sims territory, I think, with this type of choppy kind of. If I can kind of break that up somehow. I kind of like that. Where it's like the loop is shifting. Let's see if the follow actions can help us out with that. I don't know. We'll see. So that one is. Interesting. All right, but the length of what is in the how often it's changing is a little wacky. Let's look at the launch and see. I don't know if you guys play around with follow actions. It's kind of a rabbit hole. Yeah, see, look, it's like after 3 quarter notes and an 1/8 note, it's shifting. Let's simplify that. What if you just have it 2 quarter notes, and then this one's going to be 2 quarter notes, and then let's try that out. Yeah, something like that. You hear how it's like every 2 beats, every halfway through that bar, it's like switching. the start position of that loop and making that variation. All right, I'm just gonna leave it at those and get rid of the other beats. Got the old school. Oh man, all right, it might be a little too funky now. Let's group those together. Play around with them, maybe with some effects and things like that. And are these even gonna work with the pad and the stabs? I mean, I don't even know. Nah, see, it's like, I can tell already, it's like not swingy enough. Like that, it's okay. Maybe we dirty this up a little bit. A little brighter, a little dirtier with the saturation. Probably EQ it somewhat. So it doesn't, I don't know, what does that sound like? I don't want to like mess up the kick drum too much, but that might be good. That 100 hertz kind of thump. How's that sound with the kick? I feel like I should be panning these. It's got this little whoop, whoop, whoop thing going on. How does that sound with the other breakbeat? I don't know. I feel like I'm going down breakbeat rabbit hole now. Maybe we're going to take that hi-hat out of the saturation group and have that be separate. How does that sound with the ride? Okay. All right, it's got that little whoop, whoop, whoop thing in there, which is funny in one of those breaks. I'm on the fence about that. How is that sounding now? Just trying out different levels on the break beats. Let's play around with this guy again. I still like this better low. We got this guy. Maybe a little too swingy with the brakes. Or maybe I like it. I'm on the fence. Sometimes I like it a little loose in the groove. All right, it's starting to get a little loose and a little crazy. Yeah, I got a little thrown off today because the camera stopped working and the things glitched out a little bit. Sorry about that. I'd go back to my welcome screen here, but you won't see me because my camera's not working. So anyway, it's time for me to wrap it up. And hopefully hopefully the video won't freak out next time. We'll come back. I'm gonna take a break from this. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna listen to it maybe during the week and think about what I want to do with it. I'm not 100% on where it's going with those break beats. Maybe we need to revisit the break beats. I kind of felt like before I threw in all those extra drums that it was a little like the tighter kind of feel. It's a little too busy now. So I'm going to revisit that. Maybe I need to like be more careful about the timing of the break beats. Maybe it's the swingy thing. Maybe it's just a little too loose what I picked. So, but anyway, I told you at the top of the hour, this is what was, we were just going to play around with the samples and see what happened. And this is where we ended up. So, anyway, thanks very much. Thanks to all of you who are here regularly. And thanks to any of you who are new. I'm going to go back and listen to some of these other, check out some of these other comments here before I run out of time. But anyway, one more thing. Those of you who have stayed with me here to the end of the show, again, apologies that my camera's not working, but I did announce this in the Discord that there's going to be another feedback session February 28th. So it's already, I already actually added the YouTube event for the 28th. It's there. And I'm very pleased to let everybody know that my special guest this time will be Funk Devoid. Last year, I was on his feedback stream, and now he's returning the favor, and he's going to join me for my Saturday stream. And we're going to take submissions for techno and electro tracks, mix it up, do what you want. And, we'll get a little bit more info soon. We'll have but generally, if those of you who've taken part before with this before know that, everything is posted in our Discord, in my Selway feedback channel on the 343 Labs Discord. So if you haven't joined already, there's a link for that in the description. And yeah, thanks very much again for hanging out and putting up with my technical issues. And we'll see where this track goes. Maybe we'll bring it back and see if we can improve it and focus it and make it get where it needs to go. So thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Until then, adios.